Hey guys, it's Elliot Booth and this is the Tattoo Removal Australia show. Say goodbye to the myths, confusions and misconceptions of the tattoo removal industry and say hello to real information, real clients and real results. Welcome to the TRA show with myself and my beautiful co-host Rita Da Silva, where we take you beyond the trend.
Hello, TRA show. We are back again.
Yeah, welcome back. Another week, another episode.
Hey everyone, here we are. One more episode. Tell what's happening this week, Mr. Elliot Booth.
What is happening?
What's happening?
Today's Monday. We know this episode will come out Friday.
Yes.
Today's a whole nother day of YouTube vlogging.
Wow.
That's the latest venture, if that's the right term. Venture in our everyday, every week to-do lists and stuff like that.
Yes.
Trying to build a bit of a community, I suppose.
Right.
A little bit more insight into like everyday life for us.
How did you feel like your first week doing the vlog, like going through, because you guys have been going through like all the things that you do, like on the days that you are off, like going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, going to the gym, like how are you feeling having someone following you around and like you having to talk and getting everyone engaged? How is that like?
Luckily, I have like a close friendship with people I do things with. So Luca at Jiu-Jitsu was more than happy. In fact, you could say he loves a camera. So he was super stoked. Even today, I mean, it'll come out next week, but today, we had a bit of a chat on camera, which was nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
was he super keen to
he loves it. No shirt, everything.
Yeah.
Abs out. Absolutely loves it. So no, it was cool. A little bit weird. Oh, gee, it's like anything, right? It's like the podcast, these cameras pointing at us. But
it feels intimidating, hey, like a little
not so much the camera, but like having Emily behind the camera. It's not the camera, it's the person behind the camera. Does that make sense? Like even, it's not the cameras, it's Caleb sitting there. It's like, that's the weird thing in my mind where it's like the person that it's kind of strange to just talk and do shit in front of.
Yeah. It's like how it's going to be taking, or like we always kind of worry a little bit of judgmental as well. Yeah.
Until I saw some of the other podcasts Caleb records and I was like, oh, ours is fine. Like very PG rated. But so the YouTube thing's interesting. It's kind of hard speaking upon timelines because this podcast episode is going to drop Friday. So 4 or 5 days ago on Monday, our very first vlog video will come out. So we'll see. But it's a cool snippet of like we go to the gym, we do jiu-jitsu. Rita stars in it a fair bit. She's part of the everyday life. It'd be rude not to.
Yeah, I try to. Like, I don't take my shirt off.
No. You'd get fired pretty quick.
But I try to show my abs. Then I work so hard for it. A little bit like of the booty as well.
Yeah.
Give some.
It's nice. It's nice to have you starring in it. Because the reality is, I mean, you being part of this podcast, but also you're a big influencing part of every day.
Every day I've been like there to support you.
Maybe YouTube vlogging is your new career.
And like the thing is, having you like being like so dedicated to your business and like doing all of those things, like make me feel like I want to be involved. That's nice. I want to be supporting you, and I want to see you like taking the path that then will lead you to the future. So that's definitely, nice.
You sure you want to be involved in this stress? You already are involved in it.
Yeah.
No, that's really nice.
So I feel like it feels kind of, what is the word? Like, it's not rewarding, but like feels important to me be able to give a little bit of my time to you doing like your goals and your tasks and everything on the vlog.
Very nice.
So
it's nice tying you into the podcast even because how everything will pan out, like you're a part of it. So who knows, one day you might be in a clinic.
Who knows?
Might be dishing out the pain.
Talk about the clinic, like
the clinic. I've been on a hunt the last couple of weeks trying to find a Gold Coast location that suits.
We're being all like
It's just another thing to do. Honestly, like there's so much work.
So much things involved. Yeah.
Last week was the busiest week in the clinic I've ever had. There was days I was lasering 20 people back to back. I actually worked out that I lasered 43 people in 3 days. It's not normal. Like, and then there's so much more work on top of that. Like people messaging. I just literally can't. If it's not about an appointment, I can't reply to people. Like it's so busy.
Yeah, it can get quite stressful.
Let alone having to then go away and do YouTube videos and try to find another clinic. It's a lot. But so that's why we do it.
What is the primary thing of finding a clinic? You think about the location, you thinking about like the demand, like how we're going to reach out people.
Location's probably the hardest part. Like there's studios similar to where my clinic is in Brisbane, but they're sort of mid to north Gold Coast, where ideally I'd want to be Robina, Burleigh, a little bit more south. The problem is there are only really warehouses around there. There's not many of these like freelance studio type businesses.
So it's more like industrial area kind of thing.
Yeah. Or you can get an actual shop, but it's tricky. So yeah, there's so much goes into it. So leave that with me. I've got so many Gold Coast clients waiting for a Gold Coast clinic to open. So I kind of did this to myself.
Yeah, now you have like a waiting list.
Yeah, literally, there's people
like
waiting.
No clinic
they're like,
yet.
There's no clinic. So
it's not a hard problem to have.
And then talk about just shit always happening. And then the laser that I bought, it's like the Courier damaged it. So the wheels are like broken off it and that oh my God, there's so much goes on.
So like honestly, just to get like Elliot's message.
If you just tune into this, just know it isn't peaches and cream. There's always some drama, honestly.
Babe, you don't know what happened with the laser. Like I think the wheels, like is something wrong with the wheels,
the wheels were so bent the laser like wanted to fall over. And then the couriers like blamed the people selling it. So then I blamed the people selling it. I'm like trying to sell me a dodgy laser. And then they're like, the laser was fine. And then it all became uncovered and they believed that it was actually the Courier that damaged the laser.
Right.
So
if the Courier damaged the laser, like do you still have to pay for anything or they gonna afford the expenses?
I think I've got to, I think.
How does it work?
Well, that they'll pay for the selling company, the platform, they have a lot of, take a lot of responsibility. So they'll pay for it and then they'll follow up with insurance claims against the freight company, if that makes sense.
Luckily you got the laser via this platform of lasers, so they're still responsible for any damage or anything. Then
if you ever think about buying any sort of like medical laser privately, do not. Like you might save a few $1,000s on fees, but the platform Laser Trade basically take all this responsibility. And how it works, we like negotiate a price, and when the buyer and the seller are happy, Laser Trade takes the payment from the buyer and they hold the money. And so the seller doesn't get the money, not until the device is delivered. Then I have 3 days to be happy with the device, and then they will transfer the money to the seller. So they're like the real middleman in this process. Which, imagine the absolute disaster it would be if there was like this damage done to the laser and it was all private.
Yeah.
Like it's unfathomable.
Yeah.
So anyone looking at getting into tattoo removal, don't. And I can kind of understand why it's easier just to buy a new laser than even having to deal with this.
Yeah, it can be just a challenge.
That's what I get for being a tight ass.
Yeah.
Nah. But I'm still looking forward to for it to come as long as the wheels work.
Yeah, and like I'm sure like the laser would be fine.
Oh, the laser will be fine, and it's all booked in. So the day it comes, the following day, service people come, service the whole laser, fix the wheels, and if everything's fine, we'll take it. And if we're not happy with it, they can have it back.
It looks like it's a simple fix. Like it doesn't look nothing complex or anything that's going to compromise your day of work or anything like that.
Not at all.
Yeah. So
So yeah, there's always something going on.
yeah, always something going on. And on top of everything, just sharing like your ADHD journey as well. So as like you were like 13 weeks, like not taking medication.
13 weeks sober. Sober of ADHD medication.
Yeah,
that
and
is.
last week you had another appointment with your psychiatrist, and then he like changed the medications around.
Yeah.
And he was giving you like a little bit of an explanation about like telling the difference.
I have a bone to pick with these people, honestly. Like I've been medicated. So in Australia, psychiatrists have to, because they're the ones prescribing such like strong stimulant medication. Yeah. It's really governed, you know, like a doctor can't prescribe this. It has to be a psychiatrist, and there's like restricting bodies and all of that. I'm constantly learning. Like it was only last week, after 3 years of being on medication, he told me that, oh, by the way, when you take stimulant medication, it makes you more autistic. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? And he's like, oh no, seriously. He's like, you might not be like very autistic at all, but when you take ADHD stimulants medication, you like, it heightens your sense of like not liking touch and not wanting eye contact. And I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, are you kidding me? Like after 3 years, why am I only being told this now? So many crazy things.
It's so,
and he's like, here's a different stimulant medication to try.
Yeah,
so
and now
I'm trying Ritalin.
Ritalin,
yeah. One of the big problems I had with the dexamphetamines, if any of you ADHD people out there are listening, is the massive come down. Like you would take it and you'd be productive and all that sort of stuff, but come 2 o'clock, you were boom, like such a heavy come down in the middle of the day, like so bad that you could pretty much not work. Like it was rough.
It must be like such a horrible feeling, because you're super
do you know what it
agitated.
tastes like? Feels like to any of the party animals out there. Do like a little bit of drugs and then stop in the middle of the day. And then you're going to feel like that real come down. Like it's horrible. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, leading on from that, we're going to try the Ritalin. And I asked why. I said, I don't want this stimulant, you know? And he's like, oh no, Ritalin's way less strong. And I was like, way less strong. And he was explaining that I won't have the come down. And I was like, why didn't I do this to begin with?
Yeah.
You know, like never even knowing it was an option, just getting told this is what you're going to do. And then he explained that dexamphetamines are so strong that they obviously release dopamine, but extra dopamine, which your body normally wouldn't release. So quite literally like taking drugs, you know the saying like you're stealing tomorrow's happiness when you take party drugs, quite literally the same thing, creating that really big come down. So
it's definitely,
I'm sitting there going, bro, why did we not try it? Like if you told me this, I wouldn't have done it.
Why did we start for the strongest medication?
Yeah.
And like on the side note, he had another appointment with his cardiologist, and then their cardiologist was explaining then back like 5 years ago, everyone was like in taking Ritalin and not taking then Dexas.
To quickly elaborate on that, for 1 year, I've been on a waiting list to get a heart ablation, which I'll get irregular heart rhythms, and it's not deadly or anything like that, just super annoying. Like I've had to go to the hospital a couple of times over the years, and my heart rate's like 210 and it just won't stop.
Yeah.
And the cardiologist was like, oh yeah, Dexies do that.
Yeah, Dexas, actually you could have like what trigger your symptom was the dexamphetamine.
Yep.
And then I don't understand why doctors like putting so many people on the Dexas, and before 5 years ago everyone was like on Ritalin. So it's
because I remember being a kid and we would like Ritalin was like what the ADHD kids take, but it's not anymore. It's all
I
Dexies.
took a Ritalin to go
for
an interview. Like I had this interview like a few years ago, and then I was so nervous, and I said, oh my God, what I'm going to say.
And it just makes it worse if you don't have ADHD.
Ritalin, and then it was a disaster. I felt so anxious. Then I had to leave the room.
Interview went well? I remember back in my early 20s being at the full moon party in Thailand with like sheets of Ritalin. It wasn't making me act normal. But yeah, it's just so funny. I feel like everything in life, but like this ADHD, fuck, it's a journey. And it's really frustrating because like imagine if the psychiatrist said, oh, this is super strong and it could affect your heart. But those questions are never asked.
Yeah.
Like no
And
psychiatrist
you
is,
don't know.
no, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I feel
It's
like,
really a journey.
yeah, a journey that you're blindfolded and no one's talking to you.
And it's a journey for like partners that has partners with
Rita
ADHD.
needs to vent. It's not a journey. No.
Like it's how can I say that? Like having a diverging like partner, it can
Do you
be
mean awesome partner?
quite challenging sometimes, you know.
What comes with great challenge?
Any relationship,
Great reward.
Any relationship, it's challenge.
Yeah.
But like if you come with extra bonus.
Yeah, well, it's like having 3 boyfriends.
Yes, if you say so.
Yeah, it's just you don't know which one you're going to get.
So it's been, I've been learning a lot about myself and also learning mostly about like everything that goes around ADHD as well, like how to react, not be as reactive, because having someone that it's quite impulsive, like I have to observe like how I will give a feedback to you, you know, how like all those kind of things. It's been
like another level of awareness.
It's been a learning journey for me as well as a
even,
human being.
Even I notice it. I'll be like a little bit snappy, and then 5 minutes later I'm all like affectionate, and I'm like, oh wow, that's like 2 very different
like
mindsets.
Yeah. And be through that, like it's quite challenging, like I have to say, you know, it's quite challenging.
Today's been a bit stressful, and then the penny only just dropped. It's probably not helping that I'm like 2 days on Ritalin.
Yeah,
like my second day, like that could, you know what I mean?
It could be, you still adjusting and managing like these.
But not a great day to have stress. Stressful things happen.
But like it's like the thing that I was saying the other day. Yeah. Stress always gonna happen, always gonna be around of us. We just have to use it like then great tools to deal with this stress. You know, you have to breathe, you have to reconnect with yourself, and always
she's
gonna
deep.
Be that.
Honestly, guys, she's deeper than you think. Is Rita my partner or my mother? I don't know sometimes.
I'm not your mother, because your mother never would say that to you.
No, my mum wouldn't even be looking at me. But I'm always something I just thought of. So I'm always doing like my Google stuff for the clinics. And I noticed one of the clinics moved from a big shopping center into a more local shopping center. And I was like, ooh, really interesting move. Because I always thought rent in a shopping center is ridiculous. Tattoo removal is so service-based.
Yeah.
Like I learned this a long time ago. People come to you because of what you do. You don't like people are you're not gonna. Tattoo removal is not spontaneous. It doesn't matter if 600 people walk past you. The people that want a tattoo removed want a tattoo removed regardless. Like you're not convincing people. Does it make sense? Yeah. It's not like it's a cookie shop where you're gonna get impulse and go, oh, someone goes, I'm just gonna buy that. No, tattoo removal is so thought through. Like having an expensive rent in a shopping center, I always thought was crazy, and it's so interesting to like see this clinic just move, and I was like, oh yep, it like reinforces my train of thought there.
Because
keep your overheads low. That would probably be one of my like suggestions to any people wanting to get into tattoo removal. Is understanding that it's a service that is so searched for, like, and so premeditated. It's not spontaneous. So like keep your rent low.
Yeah. That's why
you want a nice clinic, but it doesn't have to be on a main road. It doesn't need a big space. It definitely doesn't need a shopping center. If anything, people don't want to go to a shopping center because they don't want to be seen.
It matters like the laser, how the people will use the laser.
Yeah.
Like it.
100%. Yeah.
That's why I like the Google reviews are so important as well, and allows you to reach out so many other like clients. Yeah.
Speaking of Google reviews, my Gold Coast clinic is 10 reviews away from having the most on the Gold Coast, and it's not even open.
Oh, don't say that. I don't think he thinks it's funny.
I think it's funny. So Too bad I'm struggling to find a place to put it. But when I do.
You're still like searching.
Yeah.
But you already have the reviews. That's what matters.
And what's really cool, I keep getting inquiries from the Gold Coast listing on Google, and a lot of people actually starting, because I'm like, hey, it's going to be a few months till the Gold Coast clinic's open. And they start in Brisbane and they do 1 or 2 treatments, and then when the Gold Coast clinic opens, they're going to come down there.
Yeah, so they're already driving to you.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
To continue the treatment here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
what else recently happened? We got in touch with a lady with a big sort of following and a bit of a like social media presence. And Emily and I are going to document like a YouTube video of the tattoo removal process and journey. We found that so many like tattoo removal videos of treatments are on YouTube, but nothing clipped together like a year or 2 long process of a removal from start to finish. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, because it takes time. Hey,
it takes a year or 2. Like, and nobody's willing to
do that.
Yeah.
And like you go through
We're in it for the long
process.
haul.
Yeah. So
cool. That's really exciting.
It's great to have someone then you come aboard for that long. Yeah.
She just currently goes to another tattoo removal clinic on the Gold Coast. So
well,
controversial.
They're not going to be.
She has to break the news to them. I think she just should say nothing and just disappear. And then, because it'll be a year or 2 till the video comes out. But, that's the thing. Like, so this lady was doing promoting, you know, because of her following, free treatments. And that's all good until you realize, so she's not happy with the results. You like 10 treatments in.
You had a few clients in the past as well, like doing promotion, and they still with you, aren't they? They're still going through the process,
like, which is humbling.
You have
it's
some
very
of
nice.
them, coming from Gold Coast and driving to Brisbane. It's just like,
so this lady's been getting 10 treatments and promoting the place she's going to. All of a sudden to like come to the realization that it's not achieving the results and she's unhappy and wants to go elsewhere. But how uncomfortable is that? Because she's been promoting them. So she's like promoting a product that she turns out to be not happy with.
And she realized that it's not going lighter, it's not disappearing, and just freaking out.
Pretty much. Yeah. And like, how do you say that to your following? Like, oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, I've been doing like 10 treatments.
I got misled as well.
That's
do your research.
That's not a cool feeling.
I actually said this to her, and I say it to everyone: if a tattoo removal clinic achieves the results you want, they will post the photos, because good removal results take years to come by. So if a clinic isn't putting up really good before and afters, they're not achieving them. They're not achieving before and afters. So like, proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
If there's not results that you'd be happy with, questionable whether you should go there because they're not achieving them.
Right.
And I said, look at it. And she goes, oh shit, you're right, Elliot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know. I know.
Yeah. So like, what would you say, like someone then initially inquiry a tattoo removal, like what kind of questions do they have? What would be like the first, like this lady, she was like inquiry like about the time, the length, like what kind of questions do they have?
I think the biggest ones are, first and foremost, it's always the price. And we've always touched on this, like the price per treatment, the price, how long it takes, and then how much does it hurt? Which is all pretty valuable and all pretty scary, you know, because it's such a commitment.
Yeah, so the price is first and then the pain.
Price is
price is important. Yeah.
My brain's not working, and I'm trying to think if I spoke about this on the last podcast. If I did, excuse me, but if I didn't, this is really, really interesting. I've come to the realization that people think about tattoo removal for way longer than they think about putting the tattoo on.
Yeah.
Did I mention this?
Yeah.
Did I? Maybe? I
did.
did.
Yeah.
Well, have it again because it's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
If you think about human, not human nature, but like how we operate.
Yes.
It makes no sense. If you don't like something on your body, people take way longer to like decide to remove it, where that should be what you're actioning first. You know?
So there'll be
well, people will put a tattoo on like that without second guessing it. And then when they come in, I always ask how long have they been thinking about removing it? And they say years. Like so interesting for me.
Yeah, and when
Like it should be the other way around.
when they ask about the length of time, and you say, "Oh, you take 2 years," how do you make them to believe,
Understand it.
understand,
Yeah.
like it's a long process? Because
I
how was
do.
that like for this lady, for instance, saying, "Okay, it's gonna be like 2 years result. It's not gonna be."
Yeah, and I do. Everybody gets it, and I believe I say that the process takes 1 or 2 years, but I always say better that than a life with it.
Yeah,
So like I don't want to tell people how to think, but that's the reality. It's like
quite
what's a couple years if you genuinely don't like the
convincing.
tattoo? Yeah. Like keep it.
Why? Yeah. What is more important? Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the pain, as we always touch.
Yeah, always talk
We're
about
always
the
talking
pain.
about the pain.
But honestly, like
Nobody wants to feel any pain.
nah,
Less
they want
discomfort
it
is better.
they want it gone yesterday for free, zero pain.
They had the tattoo. The tattoo hurt when
Honestly
they were
though,
getting.
I would say 90% of my clients leave and say it's not as bad as what they thought.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like a quite high rate,
Yeah.
of clients. saying,
Unless it's really big, say full arms and stuff like that.
yeah, I was expecting like more pain than actually what it was.
Yeah.
Here, like the one that I have like in the bikini area, like
We're gonna show an actual.
was
This is 90% gone. I was looking at the before photo the other day. It was crazy.
yeah, I thought this one would be very painful, but
On the
then
hip.
this one here was worse. Like
Yeah.
the one on my ankle. And I go,
Interesting.
"Oh."
Hey, so Rita's ankle tattoo hurt
Yeah.
more to remove than her hip.
It did, and like I think people just varies like the location,
for
how
sure.
like how dark as well.
For sure.
The tattoo is.
There's
yeah,
a
you said
lady's
that.
just started with me, and she had a few treatments elsewhere, and I'm so glad to have her on board. And we were in the car here talking about her, and she listens to the podcast. Her and her partner, they were lovely.
Thank you for listening to us. What's her name? No, we cannot say name.
Yeah, let's just don't want to upset.
It's better not.
Let's not upset the people in Perth about confidentiality. So she's 2 full arms and hands, full neck, full chest. Like I'm talking huge, like huge. And then they've had a few treatments and she's found me, which is lovely. And I'm so happy to take over. But then, yesterday she sent like 2 full legs as well. So we're already working on full sleeves, necks, hands, chest. And then she also wants to do 2 full leg sleeves. Like I'm talking, I don't know if her back's tattooed, but that's the only thing I'm not aware of. You could almost guarantee it is, but so heavily tattooed.
And as you explained before, you're going to do her tattoos like by sections.
All in sections, yeah. So her full sleeves, both hands, neck, and chest are in 4 different sections. So like one section's both inner arms. Don't quote me on the others. I can't remember them. But yeah, breaking them all up into sections.
Yes.
And then people, like, I know everyone has a right to be scared, but like someone not coming with a small wrist tattoo and I'm like, trust me, you will be fine. I
truly believe it. Then she left thinking, okay, it was not as bad as I thought. So now let me get rid of the legs.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, this is doable.
So she got her first 3 treatments. I won't say where she went, but they used the Pico Second laser. I can't say Pico other words because it relates to brands, but Pico Second is broad. And she saw the reaction with what I use and she's like, oh my God, look how much frosting there is. I'm like, this is normal. This equals result. This is going to be much more forward progress.
So the frosting is actually a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
As soon as you get done, if you have like it.
So
explain how the frosting looks like. So
it's this really manky white reaction. And what it is, it's nitrogen. When the laser hits the ink, it releases gas within your skin. So a lot of people see the videos on social media of tattoo removal and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Look, it's completely gone. It's not. That gas, that white frosting fades away, right? But the Pico Second, it's really technical. And one day I'm going to get a friend of mine, Jim Norman, on the show. And he explains it really well because he's like a laser guru.
Expert.
And he was explaining the problem with the Picos is they shoot too fast and there's a plasma disruption. So the Pico's fabulous when a tattoo is on black, when it's sort of 70, 80, 90% gone. You need the nanosecond to do the majority of the work, and then you need the Pico. Does that make sense?
So it's two
Yeah,
process.
yeah. So you literally need two
Yeah, yeah.
lasers, or there is one, but it's like into the 300,000s of dollars. But yeah, just the science behind it's really interesting. So when people have these dark tattoos, they're getting like 10, 15 treatments, and it's shit. Yeah.
Not coming off.
She's got a few
Not
little
frost.
She has a few little dots of scar tissue
Oh,
from
really?
arguably like one of the most reputable tattoo removal lasers, but because it's picosecond,
Yeah.
it's not working in the most effective way. So I'm super stoked to be able to
and like
take over. Yeah. And I'm like, watch this, just trust me. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because it's what I preach about so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other day when we had the long lounge here, I was watching the podcast back, and I was like, could sit 4 different clients that could all argue this fact with me about how nanosecond is better for black. Like, because there's so many.
Because
I'm just thinking in my head, and their faces and their names, I know them all, who have all started with Pico and came to nano. Yeah,
to the nano, so they could actually get the tattoos
super interesting.
removed.
Yeah. That was a long roundabout, but essentially the biggest question is price and pain.
Price and pain.
And then, price, pain, and time. Like I said, and nobody wants either of them, but, you know.
Yeah, it's going to take time. Things takes time.
Yeah.
Everything takes time.
We did a few funny TikToks. We're trying to do like informative and funny TikToks at the same time.
Yeah.
And we did some about the pain, and I was quite literally like, it doesn't hurt compared to living your life with a tattoo you don't want. So
the pain is like way worse.
Yeah. I have never given this machine a plug, but for years, and the most common cryo machine is the Zimmer Cryo 6. Anybody in laser will understand what that machine is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably like, I don't know, 80, 90% of the workhorse in the industry. If anybody doesn't have the Cryo 7, and if you can afford that upgrade, do it. It's awesome. Like, I think it's like 17, 18 grand for this Cryo 7, which is the latest model. It is so cold that my clients that have experienced the 6 and then the 7 say it's so much less painful because of just how cold that machine is. Oh, that's super interesting.
Super interesting.
And I wasn't actually aware that the Cryo 6, that these advancements had been made until my Cryo 6 broke down and the repair was going to take weeks. So I just had to quickly buy the 7 just to keep my clients
happy with
coming in, like not have to say, stop, we can't do it. And then everyone's like, oh my God, this machine's great. And I was like, oh shit, this is kind of good.
That's good to have the feedback.
Yeah.
So my client this morning was asking, like he does the laser, the tattoo removal. I heard that with the laser, he could do like facials as well. And I go, I never asked him that.
That's what I do in my spare time. That's why I look so good.
So I should get like my face done as well. So is there a difference? Like
it's a different type of laser, but a lot of the tattoo removal lasers have the setting.
Yeah.
Rita's going to be pissed when I tell her this. The laser I have has a skin tightening setting.
Oh.
Told you. I've never used it.
Really?
No, and I don't care. Like, I don't want to laser women's face.
No. My face is not.
Oh yeah, laser 20 people's tattoos in the day, and then Rita comes in. Let's do my face.
Yeah, why not?
So it's the same nanosecond technology for this skin tightening, but it's I don't know a lot about it, and I've never wanted to learn, honestly.
All right. So actually, you can use it
only if the laser has the fractional settings. Yeah. She's pissed. I knew it. Next week she'll come in like
pay like a fortune for all these places to get my face done, and then you just tell me, then you could be doing for free.
I get so many interesting inquiries. Like I'm just thinking of one that came through during the week, which I haven't yet responded to. I'm sorry, but like little beauty moles or like freckles, but like on like shoulders and stuff, which
because it could be using for
like wanting to remove them, and I'm like, wow, people like you think of eyebrows and body art tattoos and sometimes the SMP tattoos, which is like the scalp micropigment or something, micropigment. You don't really think about like
have a range
body
of things,
moles and freckles and like blemishes tattooed. Interesting, hey?
Yeah. Do you think something then you could get the knowledge on it and then maybe start doing as well and
Do you mean skin
expand it.
tightening?
Yeah, skin
Not
tightening or like
no,
then
this is tattoo
removal
removal.
stuff. Oh, this was tattoo removal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like beauty marks.
Uh-huh.
That's normal tattoo removal.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah,
How the inquiries for the eyebrows going?
big.
Good. Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of girls trying to remove the
Probably
eyebrows.
3 a day.
Yeah.
Eyebrows? Yeah. Remember we did that old
We
episode?
spoke
Yeah.
about it, and it can be
Well,
quite debatable.
It's debatable because
It's
it's
debatable.
people's living, you know,
Mhm.
like cosmetic tattoo artists.
Yeah.
But the reality is they will change. That's
Yeah,
undeniable.
A lot of people.
Do what you want with that information. Body arts change, tattoos change.
Yeah.
You know, in 20 years, your body art tattoo blurs, let alone semi-permanent
Yeah,
pigment.
the face,
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of inquiries for them.
And
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah, to have
It's
clients.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, how you having like then planning to open the clinic and it's going everything well? How you manage it to look after your relationship as well? And
Are you baiting me here?
how will be your structure of time and direction and planning around like personal life and relationships?
Yeah.
Because I don't say like just about myself.
No,
I
just
say
everyone.
about everyone, you know, because other relationships are important as well, you
For
know,
sure.
like with your family,
Yeah.
with everyone,
Yeah.
making the time when you get a little bit too
Honestly, I'm not really good at it.
overwhelmed.
Like I don't talk to any of my friends. Like I actually don't. Yeah, probably a bad thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone just gets so busy. Like I genuinely don't talk to my friends.
You have to make the time,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah, for
it's
sure. Like if it's
the
not work,
network
if I'm not
connection,
working, I'm with
it's
you.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
That's a very good question. Thank you for the reality check that I don't have any friends anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think you have
it's probably
to
something I
take
need to work on.
Yeah, take the moment to reflect
Yeah.
on the journey with like your partner.
Because you're
or
quite
with
good
your-
at seeing your friends.
Yeah. I try, yeah. Not
I
like
kind of fall
long-
into a trap every time I see my friends. We get drunk and
Yeah.
just regret it. So then I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing that again. You know, because we're just so dumb.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know, 30-year-old men, like, let's have beers. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? And then you're like, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he takes a
So like
different
friends will be like,
direction.
let's have a barbecue. And I'm
Quality
like,
time. Yeah.
no, hell no.
It take a different direction.
Yeah.
Your catch-ups.
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
I do like a little bit more like, let's go for a walk.
Rita's so much more civilized. Like she
Yeah.
went to Blowfish, a
Yeah,
nice restaurant
for lunch.
for lunch yesterday, and then came home like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
I was like,
came home-
I would be home 2 days later.
Came home 2 hours later, not drunk, didn't have any drinks.
Yeah,
He's still,
and I'm
"Okay,
looking at
let's
her
go
like,
to the gym," and he goes, "Oh,
you want to go to the gym? Meanwhile, I'm just at home doing I must say though, I really,
Yeah.
I'm become quite a homebody. Like I enjoy, like Rita's like, what do you want? Let's do something. And I was like, but I actually want to like be at home and do the washing
Yeah.
and just chill.
yeah." Was actually quite nice going and seeing my friend Santina yesterday. We are friends like for 10 years, and make me feel like very special having someone for that long in my life. Like here it's like I'm Brazilian. I live like in different country, and coming here and have someone like such a long time in my life participating of like my personal stuff. Like it's
They
so
almost
good. And
they
be
almost
part
take
of
the
her
role
life.
of your family. hey?
Yeah. And be part of hers as well. It feels
Yeah.
so good. Like it's important, you know. It
Her
makes
partner
you
has
realize-
ADHD and they just catch up
Yeah.
and talk shit. Honestly, they're like, how hard are our boyfriends or husband?
Yeah, her husband also has ADHD, and like we always
Yeah,
discuss
bitching.
about our struggles.
No, it's so good. It's nice to be able to have people that you can relate to is probably not the right word, but like talk to about
Yeah.
that stuff.
Open up
Yeah, yeah.
and feel vulnerable. It's
sure.
important. Yeah, because I
sure.
think that's when you grow the most, when like you feel vulnerable.
It's when you grow the
open.
most
Yeah.
connection with people, for sure.
Mhm.
That's what I always say. This is what you're best at, like
Mm.
connection with people.
Mm.
I'm so like, I don't want to say I'm cold, but I'm like, oh, maybe it's like the
Yeah.
autism coming out. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, maybe
I don't have autism, but
You have
Like,
to
I'm like,
improve,
fuck, how do I
yeah.
connect with this person? I'm like, oh, I'm just going to keep working.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey,
Yeah, it's
reader's
like
strengths is
then,
relationship building.
and you have to be able to be vulnerable as well and open
Yeah.
up and tell things. Then you not feel comfortable, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can grow
Yeah. I don't
relationships.
do
I
that.
think, yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, run the other way.
yeah. Show weakness. I think is the most thing that it's
No weakness
important.
here. No, we don't feel emotions.
Yeah,
See how's work going for you?
it's
So Emma and I were shooting vlogs this morning, and we surprised Rita at the gym. Well, we didn't
oh
surprise her; we
yeah.
told her. But that vlog will come out maybe next week or something. But
Yeah, we did like a little bit of a session together.
okay, if you guys want to know the real
Yeah.
reality of what what this business, like, I hate the word, but entrepreneurship looks like, it's not this shit. Like, we went to the gym, every plan of logging the workout, 2 workouts in, I get this email, which I wasn't expecting, which is like super stressful. And then I end up not being able to work out. Like, I had to leave. I had to go down to the cafe and just separate
Yeah.
myself. And then Emily's stuck
Yeah.
sort of like working out with Rita vlogging. And I was like borderline mental
Having a
snap.
meltdown. Yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody watching this is like, I want to get into business because I want time and money, it's the total fucking opposite. But there's just so much stress that people don't talk about. Don't you
No,
think?
Yeah.
Like, all this shit on Instagram, it's like, oh yeah,
Oh,
like,
everyone
this
like
looks like the
shows,
life.
yeah, I'm
It's
super
horrible.
busy. I have clients. I have this. I
Yeah.
have that. I have all those things. But like,
It is
actually,
horrible.
and it's hustle. It's
Yeah.
hustle. It's like contacting everyone. It's putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like having your own business. It's hustle 24/7. Like, you don't relax. You have to message clients like on Sunday. You have to talk with everyone like
Yeah.
during your workout. You have to be, not only that, like, you have to give yourself a lot of yourself. It's a giving
Yeah.
journey.
I still
Yeah.
take my hat off to you though, because I couldn't do that.
Mm,
Like, I deal with stress from like back end business problems, not people. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Like, you deal with people. I deal with people, but for like 15 minutes, which is,
Yeah.
I'll see you in 8 weeks time. You know, like, there's
Yeah.
like this, it's a whole different concept to seeing people 2 or 3 times a week for an hour each time.
Yeah, and you
That's literally
you
like a
go
therapist.
through like a very deep level. You get to know people
Yeah.
in different ways. Like,
Yeah.
so I enjoy it. I enjoy a lot. So I studied psychology back home. So I did 5 years and a half of psychology, but I never was able to study back here. And if I would be able to validate my diploma, it would be like 3 years studying psychology again. And so, like, pretty much reviewing everything, but in English. So I
really?
love it. I really love it. Like, I
So
have,
it's not
I have
very,
on me, like, I have like my personality.
oh yeah,
I like to listen. I like to, to share experience,
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's so important you have like this vulnerability,
Yeah.
with clients. Even with clients, like, I open up with my clients. I struggle with this. I struggle with that. He goes, really? Do you? And I go, yeah, I do. You
Yeah.
have to show. Then you're just as normal as them.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I don't do that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what the podcast is for, right? Show people that you're human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, you doing that now, like, because it's vulnerable for you, showing and talking about all your life and things that happens as well.
The thing I always think about is how like glamorizing this like business owner life would be. And I always I really like cars, and like, not a sacrifice, but like something I've learned is I drive a cheap ute, costs 15 grand, right? Yesterday I had to pay like bills worth more than my car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't like conceptualize this thing. They think like, oh God, how great would that be? Like, be a business owner, have like this nice flash BMW or something. And you're like, you can, but you can't grow. Like, I fell in this trap before the whole bankruptcy thing, having like brand new M3s and all this sort of stuff. And that limited to me because I couldn't reinvest. right? I couldn't invest in like social media growth and all this sort of stuff. And then it's like really learning that this business life is not fucking glamorous. It's like have the shit car and just slug it out. And I just hope it's the right way.
And you just had to learn on the
Yeah.
hard way.
Yeah.
100%.
I just get upset with like the miscommunication about like trying to sell like this glamorous life.
Oh yeah, like
online, you know what I mean?
Keep manifesting, keep visualizing. It doesn't happen.
You have to still visualize.
You have to visualize, but you have to wake up 4:15. You have to think, and even visualization, it's like.
But I visualize now our big HQ headquarters, where it's all these kick-ass people working. It's not really visualization me driving like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we can have like people in different cities that have tattoo removal Australias, and their head office is where we are on the Gold Coast. Like, it's way different. It's way less selfish, I suppose.
Yeah.
Interesting, hey?
It is. It is very interesting.
Just be careful what you wish for when you want to get into business. Yeah.
That's the lesson. Yeah.
And I've been having my really good friend and my fitness coach and trainer, Anthony, who we're going to get on the podcast soon. And we have some funny content ideas, Emily, we want to do. He's huge, big bodybuilder. But talking to him, and he's at a point in his business where, you know, does well and has a sustainable business model that, you know, can see him live a comfortable life. But just being that driven person, it's like this huge investment is the next step to completely change. So at the moment, his product is time-based, very similar to mine with tattoo removal. So like at some point, he needs to create a product that is scalable without time, which for him, it's his app, and he trains all these people on his app personally, but how to scale that is to get other trainers using his platform for their clients, right? Similar thing for me to scale without time being my thing is franchising. Like the other people will run the clinics, and that's me being able to scale without using my time. So, but there's so much extra work and there's so much cost and so much time, and it's like really deciding, is that like living a comfortable life, but using your time. And you're sort of, he's clapped out, you know, he can't spend any more time. So he's at where he will be forever, or do you take this huge next step? And I mean, we both know what he's going to do, and we both know what I'm going to do. Like, we're going to do it because like, fuck, we got nothing to lose. But it takes like as a business owner,
different step.
Realizing that time.
They stretch.
When your product is time-based, you know.
It definitely.
My brain just goes.
Absolutely.
It's a lot. Where I could laser people, 20 people a day forever, but it's like, I want to like impact more people than that.
Absolutely.
Super interesting.
And sharing is like, you know, impacting, just like sharing and having like people learning out of you as well.
Like I know that somebody could open a clinic in Sydney or wherever it is, and I'm like, bro, I can teach you everything. Like not even teach you, I can just like give it to you, and then you'll
all these steps.
You'll be miles ahead of somebody that's just learning the hard way, the slow way, like learning themselves.
Even like
that's what excites me.
Someone they know you buy a business, they would just think about a location super flashy, being someone.
And I'm like, nah, just get a private clinic.
You start little and see how you go.
I'll show you how to market. Super. It's really, really interesting.
All the components, they are way more valuable than actually the location wise. But like when you don't know, like you go, okay, I want like the flashy location
in a mall,
kind of thing,
which is what we were talking about before, and it's not. Really interesting. I think that might do it. Has it been a little while? Who knows?
I feel. I think so.
This episode we kind of chopped and changed, and hopefully we gave you a bit of an insight on. Hopefully, it didn't talk you out of getting to your own business. But there's
no what we want just be
trying
real,
to be really genuine,
be real and be authentic. Because we just think then it's not everyone tells like
the struggles and stuff.
So
and hopefully one day you see the success and the riches.
Exactly.
But we're not there yet.
Like has struggles.
100%. As always, guys, please show your support if you enjoyed the show, if you're enjoying the content, if you like my tattoo removal results, leave a 5-star Google review for me. It'll be in the description below. That helps. Why I ask that is it basically helps clients find me on Google. So every single review you do, although it seems small, it quite literally brings me new clients. So it helps me achieve more results for more people. So it means the world.
Click subscription.
Yeah. Now that we're YouTube vloggers, we're kind of a big deal around here. So no, just talking shit.
Yeah.
But
thank
we'll
you
see
so
you guys
much,
next week.
guys, for hearing to us. And yes.